Alright, what's Gucci, y'all? It's your boy 360 Sosa done did that, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can clean and disinfect a vintage straight razor. I bought a very nice German steel vintage straight razor. It was only $12 from a antique store that's close to my house, but of course I don't want to use a used razor on my skin before disinfecting it and cleaning it. So I'm going to be using Barbicide to disinfect it and clean it, and then I'm going to be using some Wahl Clipper Oil as a substitute for the mineral oil to seal the blade, to show you guys that you can use just a simple household product that you probably already have if you already are shaving. So you can use other oils to seal it. I'll put a list in the description. Of course, I'll link to the Barbicide down below. But this is a really nice razor that is a Chicago brand, but German steel. And I'm going to disinfect it with the Barbicide, seal it with the Wahl Clipper Oil, and then later I'm going to shave with it. So let's get into it. I have my vintage straight razor here, Hibbard, Spencer, Bartlett & Co., Chicago, Illinois, but it is German steel, so it's really high quality. I paid $12 for it, and I believe it has a wood handle, so that's nice. But yeah, because I bought it secondhand, I need to clean it so that way I make sure that I don't get any diseases or anything like that. And then after you clean it, you have to seal it so that way it doesn't rust. So today I'm going to be using Barbicide to disinfect the blade, and then I'm going to be using some Wahl Clipper Oil because it is mineral oil, and mineral oil can be used to seal the blade. So what I need to do is use Barbicide to clean the blade, and then I need to rinse that off with water. And then once I'm done with that, make sure it's completely dry, and then seal it with the Wahl Clipper Oil. So I'm going to show you how to do that. But first, you have to dilute the Barbicide because you have to make a specific ratio. So for every 16 ounces of water, you have 2 tablespoons of Barbicide. I'm only using it for this one blade, so I'm gonna have the recipe. So I'm gonna use 8 ounces of water and then 1 tablespoon of Barbicide. So I already have the water measured out, and then I'm going to eyeball the Barbicide. I would assume that a little bit more is probably not gonna hurt it, but you just want to make sure that you don't have less. But yeah, I'm gonna mix the Barbicide into this water right now, and then I'm gonna cut the top off the bottles. That way the blade can sit in there for 10 minutes. After the 10 minutes is done, then I'm going to rinse all of that solution off with water and then dry that, let that sit for a bit. And then once that's done, then I use the Clipper blade oil to seal the blade. So let's get into it. I'll give a link to the Barbicide in the comments. So 8 ounces of water and then 1 tablespoon of Barbicide. So I'm just gonna eyeball it, like I said. And so now you need to, of course, just mix the solution around. If it's too concentrated, then you can add water, or if you need to add Barbicide, you can do that too. So just be mindful of that. If you oversaturate it with either water or Barbicide, then you can add the opposite to it. So that's about the color that you want it, a nice transparent but darker blue. And this is what I would hope every barber has at their barber shop. So that way they clean their shears and their blades and stuff like that. All right, so that is mixed well enough. And then of course, like always, I'm using my Buck 379 toothpick to cut the bottle. So now I'm going to dip this blade into the solution, and then after 10 minutes, rinse it off. So let's get into it. And you want to make sure that it's covering the whole blade. So I'm going to come back in 10 minutes. All right, so it has been 10 minutes since the blade has been in here. And that is how it looks right now. I'm going to use some of the paper towels to dry it off. And then after that, then I'm going to rinse it out in this bottle of water. Now this has been dried off. Hibbard, Spencer, Bartlett & Co., Chicago, Illinois. But that is how the blade looks right now. As you can see, it looks really nice. So that is the blade right now. I don't think that Barbicide is meant to necessarily clean the blade, but just disinfect it. So, but it did do that, so it looks a little bit cleaner. But yeah, now I'm going to rinse it off in the water, and then after that, then I'm going to use the Wahl Clipper Oil to seal it, so that way it doesn't rust. I'm gonna let it sit, and then after that, I'm gonna wipe it off and then let it dry for a bit. All right, so it's finished sitting in the water for now. I'm gonna take it out, dry it off with a paper towel, and then we will seal it. All right, so now that I have finished wiping it off with a paper towel, I'm gonna let it sit for about a minute or two. And then from there, I'm going to use the Wahl Clipper blade oil to then seal the blade because it's mineral oil. So it'll seal the steel and that will prevent rust. So just gonna set it here for now. After I put the oil on, I'm going to use the microfiber towel to clean it and then to help have the oil rub into the steel. So let it dry for now and then we will go from there. All right, so the blade has finished drying right now. This is how it looks. And just so you know, I haven't sharpened it or anything. This is the only thing I've done with it so far. But yeah, now I'm gonna take the Wahl Clipper oil and then just apply it to the blade. All right, so now what I need to do is just rub the oil onto the blade. And of course, be careful to not cut yourself. And the reason I chose this oil was just because I had it already. And I'm sure some people who watch this video will have clippers themselves and they might already have it, not have to spend money other than the Barbicide. I'm sure there are better options out there to seal it, but all right, so now I'm gonna let this sit just for a little bit so that way I can soak the oil in. And then after that, I'm going to wipe it off with the microfiber towel and that should be the end of it. All right, so the oil has finished sitting for a few minutes. That's how it looks. So now I'm just going to use a microfiber towel. I'm just doing the same thing that I did last time, but with a microfiber towel, so that way it looks a little nicer and so that the oil gets off you a little easier. All right, so I think that should be fine. Here's how the blade looks. It's really nice. And it cleaned up a little bit as well.
I'm sure there's still just like a little bit of oil that I could get, but that's okay for right now. So, and again, I can like clean the blade itself, but I just wanted to mainly disinfect it, make sure it was safe to actually use because it's sharp. I haven't sharpened it at all. It's still been the same since I picked it up, other than me cleaning it right now. So, but I don't want to take away kind of the patina or the feeling of the age from it, you know? So I don't want to polish it or anything like that. Otherwise it would kind of ruin that feeling for me. But yeah, so that is how you disinfect a straight razor. Now it's ready to use for myself. I'm going to, of course, make a video on me shaving with the straight razor just because it's a little different than the other one I have. And it's really sharp, so I'm excited.
All right, that was a video for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's your boy 360 Sosa SosaDoneDidThat, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.